if I went to a doctor and they said, Chris, we got your results back, some bad news, you have AIDS, SARS, and Ebola, I would be like, well, first off, calm the fuck down. Ain't nothing but a thing. Because my chubby mate in North Korea's just come up with a cure that cures, a drug that cures all three of those disgusting bastards.
Pill form?
Oh, well, I assume so. They haven't really gone into detail. They haven't proven this. We've got to take their word for it.
I don't know that I like your tone, because why would he lie about that? I mean, if he was going to lie, he wouldn't have thrown SARS in. That's fucking sus. SARS is very yesteryear. You know, you might as well say rickets and carbuncles. It's fucking SARS.
Like,
AIDS and Ebola, fair enough.
AIDS and Ebola, and that makes me good because I just had a baboon's bum for breakfast. So, like, that's how it happens. But so like I'm high risk.
Yep.
I share needles. I get into anal sex. I have blood transfusions with anyone who wants to give me a bit of their blood. I'm bang up for it. And baboons' bums for breakfast.
Excellent.
But now, tell me if you think they're a bit of a lie group. It's some people think it's a bit bullshitty. Now, this is their official bio on North Korea.
Who's?
Kim Jong-il. It was so ill he died, actually.
Okay, yeah.
So, but this is Kim Jong-un's father. Now, in 1989, he discovered... Oh, this is another cure. He discovered a miracle drug that cured shortness.
Money.
No. Well,
For men.
That does cure shortness.
Yes.
No, so he had now let's not forget that he was 5'3". So, so he didn't take that. He never changed. But what he did is he said, we've got a drug that cures shortness. Anyone who's short, come and take this drug. And so all these people turned up and they were never seen again. I assume, well, they were never recognised again. I assume because they came out very tall, they just became unrecognisable. They
turned into the North Korean basketball team.
They look at these big 7-foot guys and go, surely that's not little Timmy.
Yeah.
Is that you, little Timmy? No. In 2009...
What a cure. Just fucking kill him.
Yeah,
go on.
In 2009, 38 years after McDonald's opened their first restaurant, Kim Jong-il invented the hamburger. That's in here.
Did he call it a hamburger?
No, he called it the double bread and meat. And
what sort of fucking
if
hamburger?
you go to North Korea, there are double bread and meat kings on every corner. and the double meat and breads really are better at double meat and bread.
Again, I don't like your tone with this, but go on. Keep going.
Okay. Here's
cynicism I
Here's another thing. Here's another thing. Look, I don't know much about golf, but in 1994 he played his first game of golf and shot 38 under par, which included 11 holes in one.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there. So, like, I don't know much.
It didn't happen?
Well, I don't. I don't know much about golf. I know it's a boring sport.
That's disgusting.
Especially if you're fielding. There's been a study recently on Google searching and the trends at certain times of Google searching. So, what they're doing is they're mapping when people search what at certain times. Like, for example, at 8 o'clock in the morning, while people are waking up going, you know what, I couldn't be fucked going to work today.
Yeah.
There's a big surge on people Googling doctors to get a day off. And around 4:58, I think it is, they're searching recipes because they want something to cook. Porn is always around 12 till 2 if you're a man. But if you're a woman, 12 midnight till about 2, that's a big porn time. If you're a female, apparently they're saying like between 4 and 5 in the morning.
That is peculiar.
That is peculiar. I would not know if my girl's getting up at that time because I sleep like a
I assume
rock.
she sleeps like a log between 12 midnight and 2.
What's going on? Yeah, it works out perfectly.
So this is nothing at all. This is just like a no news day news thing. Have they said when do people Google how to tie a noose, stuff like that?
I think it's late evenings. People are talking about suicide. The least amount of people Googling suicide is around 9 in the morning.
Fair income.
Which is if I'm up at that time, that's exactly when I want to fucking die. So it's
Bad
completely
dreams, mate.
opposite. Completely opposite. One thing I did like though was around 1 to 2, people are googling things about like how to roll a joint,
Yep.
and that sort of stuff. But then from 2 to 3, they're googling things like, is there life on other planets? What's the meaning of life?
Yes.
Where's the nearest McDonald's?
I googled. We tried to find where 5 teachers from our primary school had. We're like, what has happened to these teachers?
Oh, where are they now?
Yeah, there's a real where are they now? Turns
Okay.
out 4 out of 5 jail.
Oh. Some people / control freaks like to collect exotic animals, and I'm not talking about pugs and labradoodles. I'm talking about tigers and lions. Now, this may come as a bit of a surprise to you, but lions and tigers they're not the lovable, wisecracking, hat-wearing creatures that the Cartoon Network would have you believe. As Norman Bewilder found out, he was an exotic animal enthusiast. And one day he went into the cage of a 295-kilogram tiger with the intentions to feed it. Oh, and feed it he did, with a big helping of Norman Bewilder. Yeah, all you can eat and a lot that you can't. The part you can't is the shoes. Yeah.
What else did he have? Bewilder.
Oh, he had a couple of cougars and a deer. I guess you got to.
Pussy.
I would feed him the deer. I would send a deer in with the food around its neck. Do you know what I mean?
And see how well you've tamed the things to just take it easy.
Would you own an exotic animal, like a wild animal like that? It's a bit dicky, isn't it?
I mean, you say that, but I do. I've got a caravan full of reptiles, snakes, lizards, stuff like this. Just feed them my rats from time to time because I'm a fucking good bloke.
You're a good bloke.
That's what I've heard good blokes do. They own reptiles.
Yeah.
If you want to belong on some sort of a register belonging to the police, then own a few reptiles.
I know those kind of guys. They've got a rat on their shoulder and a cork in their ear, and they spend the day eluding the police and handing in their dole forms. They're the salt of the earth, those people.
Yeah, characters.
I hate monkeys. Anything with 2 arms, 2 legs and 4 hands is just disgraceful as far as I'm concerned. Fuck them.
People own them though, all over the place.
People own chimpanzees. There was that lady in America who had a chimpanzee, bought it, and they're cute when they're in nappies and they're little, but they grow up into adult chimpanzees, and it ate her friend's face.
Oof. Well, they're not all driving trucks.
No,
good time with Clint Eastwood, are they?
No. I guess the moral of the story is the 2 morals. If you're going to feed a tiger, don't do it at feeding time, or don't walk into its cage at feeding time, should I say. And if you own a wild animal, chances are you're going to get owned by a wild animal.
Don't go in there dressed as a steak. So it all sounded so great at the start. All you have to do to live in a mansion and never ever work again is just check your dignity in at the door and just let some lizard root you for 4 seconds per week. But like one of thousands of ignorant young women who this has happened to, she had to root Hugh Hefner's corpse. Holly Madison has gone and found that feminism is nearly as profitable. She has gone and written a book about how it wasn't that great. What a hef did to her. You know, what do you make of people doing stuff for money and then courting public sympathy to make some money?
I'm surprised she wrote a book. I would have been equally surprised if you told me she'd read a book. But writing, I'm sure she didn't write it. She would have got someone else to write it. Begin back to your question, sorry. I think, who cares? You know, if you want to...
All the signs were there. They met at Hooters. He's asked her back to his house, humble little abode to help him with some equations or something. I don't know.
If you want to make money fucking an old guy, you've got to expect to fuck an old guy. I have a scrotum that looks like it belongs to a 90-year-old man. I can only imagine what a 90-year-old man's scrotum actually looks like. I assume it'd be like an avocado found in the bin behind a fruit shop. It's something really quite horrible.
Like your face. Like they swap over
He's saying they're gorgeous. Their balls are gorgeous.
Balls become like a man's face. Sometimes they've got glasses. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the sack is just a big sack head.
Okay.
Just with one big fat ball in it. That's what 90-year-old men's
So the wrinkles
faces are.
they just swap.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you seen Billy Joel recently?
I have not seen
He
Billy.
is a walking. He's a scrotum in a tuxedo. Just
I didn't even see a
popping out
lot
its
of him when he
vomit.
was popular.
Well, he's a talent. Don't get me wrong. He's an excellent
Amazing
pianist. But now he's married. He's married for the 4th time to some 30-year-old. And age, it's no barrier.
Well, the same 30-year-old?
No, just different ones. This one is, I don't know what his daughter thinks of him marrying someone who's her age, but whatever.
You don't see that the other way around, though, do you? You don't often see a young guy with a very old lady.
Well, has Gina Reinhardt, does she get young men?
Oh.
Because that is some massive cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how men operate. I am one. And they're not fucking doing that.
They're not doing that. They're like, nah.
No amount of money
Yeah.
is going to solve that problem. But
Yeah.
anyway,
no one's going down on her, and when she goes to pay, they go, shh. No, this is why I got into the business.
It's on me.
This is on the house. Yeah. This is totally on the house. This is why I got into this business. Yeah. Yeah. This is the cherry on the top.
Did you know that every room in the Playboy Mansion has got a tray on it with
Cocaine?
Johnson's baby oil, Kleenex, and Vaseline?
No wonder his balls look amazing.